Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chew News. As always, I'm your host, Dee Brady. With me is my co host.
Teichichu.
And on today's episode, we will be going over the Mewtwo raids, as well as some fun merch stuff, and some new Pokemon Go news that got announced, and some our thoughts behind that, as well as our discussion question. And as always, everyone's favorite portion, the silly little question. So let's go ahead and get on into the news portion. So we are officially going to be starting the Mewtwo raids Friday. As of today, we are recording this on a Tuesday. So by the time this goes up, maybe Friday or Saturday, it should already be underway. So we will be getting to challenge Mewtwo in our 7-star raids. And actually, unlike Sword and Shield when there was the Mewtwo event, we'll be able to catch him. So
Ash Ketchum?
Ash
Too soon?
Ketchum. We're just gonna go. We're gonna be physically transported into the game, and like the first movie, we're just gonna go and try and deck Mewtwo,
Love that.
and that's how we catch them.
That's
We
how you
just
do it.
deck them. Well, I mean, that's how Jessie got her Seviper. She just beat the crap out of it.
And we are not against we are against Pokemon violence.
We are against violence against Pokemon. But
Uh,
that starts September 1st. So get your Mews, your Ghost Pokemon, whatever you need, get them ready. Tay, what's with merch? Because we got a lot.
we sure do. I'm gonna start off with the classic Pokemon Center merchandise. We have some more TGC sets, along with a pin of Audino with a Soothe Bell. It's like the chain thing that they keep coming out with every so often. We have a plush, the Sleeping Jirachi Mythical Lights glow in the dark plush. They're
That's actually really cute.
I know I kind of want it, but I'm yeah. There's a keychain for $16.99, which is just like a fuzzy Jirachi that glows in the dark. And then there's the sleeping one where it's Jirachi kind of wrapped up in a little ball sleeping, glows in the dark. That it's 12 and a half inches and it retails for $40. Those are cool. I kind of want the Jirachi. Maybe we'll see where the world takes me. We also have two Pokemon 2024 mini wall calendars. Um, I don't know the difference between the two, really. I mean, other than what I'm assuming is the Pokemon, they both retail for $15.99. Actually, one's a wall calendar, one's a mini wall calendar. Never mind, that's the difference. One is $10.99, the other one is uh, $15.99. Sorry, I couldn't think. And there was also today on this lovely Tuesday, there was released a Squirtle. They keep releasing like a starters or Pokemon Funko Pop figures that have like different
Hmm.
textures. The Squirtle Pearlescent Pop Vinyl was on the Pokemon Center website today. It was $14.99, but it is since sold out. So can't get that there. Don't know if it'll be at GameStop, your local FYE, Barnes and Noble, wherever else sells these lovely little tiny figures for your desk. Next,
Hmm.
we're gonna be going on to Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear finally released the Mimikyu Build-A-Bear. It's very cute. There's a lot of it's very cute. I did an unboxing. I recorded my unboxing today. I enjoy it. I think it's adorable. I love the tail. It's very soft, but that's retailing for the whole bundle of the sleep set and the bow tie and hat and the Mimikyu that makes its noises. That is retailing for $69. Yes, and with shipping, it's like 85. So do with that what you will. Build-A-Bear does make quality Pokemon plushes, so if it's worth it to you, it's worth it. It's certainly worth it to me. Next on the calendar is my favorite thing ever, which is Spooky Yuki Yuki Pokemon plushes. We have the Halloween collection was in fact released. Not it well, it wasn't released, but it
It was
was
announced.
revealed what it was. And so I'm going to talk about the plushes really quick because I think that they are adorable. If I could find them in my Twitter feed.
While
Um,
Tay's doing that, also, I this applies to mainly myself and other Glaceon fans. Hot Topic released a Hot Topic exclusive Glaceon Funko Pop.
Yes, I did see that.
So
Um,
that mainly, like I said, applies to just me and other Glaceon fans.
yes, true. Glaceon. I'm not shading. I am, but anyway, moving on. But the Pokemon Spooktacular set, it features Gengar, the Paldean starters of Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Sprigatito. As always, Pikachu and Graveyard. I'm gonna call the dog Graveyard. You can say
Grievard.
yes, the Graveyard. Um, so plush wise, we do have a funky little Pikachu that has like little pumpkin buttons, and he has a gimme ghoul on his head, with his hat. They have a sous chef Gengar, which is really cute, that I will be getting, and they have Graveyard coming out of a pumpkin. I'm not sure if I'll get that one, but I will for sure be getting probably the Pikachu and the Gengar. They also have keychains of Mimikyu in a funky little outfit. It all seems to be like chef and sweets related. This whole
Hmm.
collection, but for
I get
keychains,
because Halloween's kind of candy related,
yes, but they already
so
did like
that makes
kind of a
sense.
candy set. They kind of did that, and I think that for me, I feel like they could always go deeper into certain aspects of Halloween, but
Yeah.
that's a whole other marketing type of aspect. But the keychains are going to be Mimikyu, Sprigatito. Did I say that right? Yeah, Sprigatito, Quaxley,
Hmm.
and Fuecoco. They are also going to have some containers, some acrylic art and mini containers. They're going to have a tablecloth and some keychains. They're going to have some color changing mugs and a plate set, coasters, and a uh, NaCl salt shaker. You can say what the right name is for that.
That's adorable and one of the best things that they've thought of so far.
Did I say his name right?
Knackley.
Sure. They're making a salty salt shaker. I'm because NaCl is salt, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
call it a salt shaker, just like the evolution of it is salt stack. That's what I call it, because that's what makes sense to me. But that is the Halloween collection that is coming out. It's all very cool and very exciting. Also, last thing I'm going to mention, they are in fact coming out with a, oh my god, where is it? Uh, as we know from Scarlet and Violet, there is the iconic Eevee bag that
Yes.
Penny
Penny.
that Penny's wearing. And it's adorable. And that's coming out as well as the trainer gloves from Rika and an Iono Haribo.
Those are all really good like marketing things because those are things that people have wanted for a while.
Yes, I will probably be getting the Eevee backpack because I'm a bad word for that Eevee backpack. I
Honestly,
stopped
same.
myself.
You did. But honestly, like along with the Pikachu and the Gengar, I'll probably also be getting that backpack as well.
Yes, I don't know. I don't think they'll all be in the same drop, but
I doubt it.
I think that it's gonna be the Pokemon Halloween collection, and then it'll be that because maybe people will want to be that for Halloween. Maybe it'll all be
Maybe.
in the same drop. Maybe one will be before the other, but I am assuming that that'll drop in September. It is dropping in Japan on September 2nd, which means that probably the U.S. and Canada Pokemon Center will be dropping soon after that. Could be a day after, could be a week after, but we always see that every year, so we will at least be seeing the Halloween Pokemon.
That's good. And then moving on to let us know what you are excited for in the comments.
Yeah.
And so now moving on to Pokemon Go. It was released shortly after Go Fest was ending, which was this past weekend. Uh, on their social media, they were promoting silhouettes of the Paldean starters for Pokemon Go. So that means that the Paldean starters will be making their Pokemon Go debut here probably very soon because it showed like a little bit of their silhouette, and then it showed a new title for the new adventure that we're going to be doing. It's called Adventures Abound. So that's very interesting. And I told Tay, I was like, interesting that they're going straight to Paldea. I know it's probably to promote the new DLC and everything, but they completely skipped over Galar. Like the Galar starters are not in the game yet, and a good portion of the Galar decks isn't in the game yet. Like the only stuff that's in the game are a lot of just the regional forms or regional evolutions.
They want to pretend Sword and Shield didn't exist.
Even though it was like a really good game.
I hard agree with you, but because it got so much bad press, I feel like they're trying to shy away from it. And Dynamax and
Bless you.
thank you, and Gigantamax.
Yeah, but the Galar starters at least deserve to be in there.
I hard agree. I hard agree with you.
So it makes me wonder if they'll, after this event, will make a push for the Galar starters.
We can only hope.
I mean, after all, in the anime this week, they're going back to Galar. Well, actually, they went back to Galar this last episode, but Liko and Roy will be competing in the Moto Stoke Gym Challenge, which is interesting.
Who knows?
Who knows? But that is it for our news segment. When we come back, we will be discussing new teams for Tracy and May.
Yeah.
And welcome back, everybody. So, as we said, our discussion question, we'll be continuing our series of improving the Pokemon teams of Ash's companions. On this episode, we will be covering Tracy, an often forgotten Ash companion, and May, my favorite companion, hands down. So I'll start things off with Tracy's team, and he has a Meryl, a Venonat, and a Scyther. Now, Tracy is a Pokemon watcher. Like, he sketches Pokemon. He was Pokemon Snap 2.0 before Snap 2.0, quote unquote. I think that he could have stood to evolve his Meryl. A lot of these are going to be like evolutions and stuff because Meryl's hearing, I think, or Azumarill's hearing, I think, is better than Meryl's, and he could have used that a lot. And then Venomoth, he could have just used a Venomoth. Scyther, he caught just out of trying to care for the Scyther. So I thought it would have been cool to finally evolve it into Scizor, especially since Johto was the next region they were going to, and Tracy was kind of the Johto representation or Johto hype in the anime, showing off Meryl. So it would have been cool to show off, like, hey, Scyther's also got this new evolution. So definitely just evolve, like starting things off by evolving his team already. And then adding on, I think there was a missed opportunity. And I know a lot of people have said this, but I think there was a missed opportunity to not have him get a Smeargle.
Damn.
Because he's an artist. He draws things. Give him a Smeargle.
I don't think you're wrong.
And then in that vein, if we were doing like a full national thing, I would say, like, if we were doing like well, actually, correction, we are, because this is by the end of the game, or by the end of this series. So he should have had a Grafaiai as well, like ending things, because also another painting Pokemon. Like, he could have caught, like, he could have still throughout the series had just Smeargle, Scizor, Venomoth, and Azumarill. But by the end of the series, he could have added on a Grafaiai because painting.
True. You said Grafaiai, and my brain said Girafarig. That's where my... Okay. Ignore
That's
me.
where the confusion came from.
Continue.
And then Also, he I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna throw on a random Pokemon because I think it just fits him a little bit. A Swoobat,
Yeah, that's cute.
just because he uses the Marill to like sense far away Pokemon, so he can use Swoobat's Supersonic, kind of like Brock used Crobat in that way.
No, I
But
agree.
a lot of these, like I said, are Pokemon we think they should have by the time Ash left
Yeah.
the series.
Yeah. For me, I have to agree with the three that you said: Azumarill, evolving Scyther into Skizor, and Venonat into Venomoth. And Smeargle. I do agree with that as well, I will say. Um, I also think that. Hold on, let me get back to my list. I think that he should have had a bird Pokemon, like a Noctowl. Because if he's such like a watcher, in my brain that's bird watcher. So that's why my brain went to that. And then this is such an out of pocket pick. I want him to have he in my opinion Tracy was always kind of a pushover. Um and I want to see a Pokemon that like gives him a lot of struggle. And I know that some of his like Meryl was kind of like that for him, but I wanted
No, that was very much a Scyther.
or Scyther, sorry. Uh my brain is bad memory.
You're you're good.
um I want to see him have a Gramble
Okay.
because I can see him treating like a Snubble like a princess,
Hmm.
and then getting a Gramble and having it terrorize him.
Yeah.
Don't ask why, but out of pocket pick, and there you go.
I mean, it makes sense.
In my little brain, it does. In my little brain, it does.
Yeah.
All right, give me your May team. Give me your girls
Okay,
team.
so I, like I said, hold May with huge reverence because like, I'm a Hoenn baby. And not only were Ruby and Sapphire my first games, but I started watching like, seriously watching during the Hoenn saga.
Mhm.
And only did I go back to watch Kanto and Johto.
Mhm.
So I hold a lot of, like, reverence and respect for May. I will say I think a lot of her team is perfect. So I'll only be making one addition, essentially giving her 8 Pokemon and only evolving a couple.
Mhm.
So I think her team of Blaziken, Beautifly, Venusaur, and Glaceon are perfect, along with Munchlax. I know Snorlax would have been great, but I think Munchlax's character just fit her great. So, like Misty's Psyduck and staying a Psyduck, her Munchlax is staying a Munchlax.
Mhm.
Now, I would have given her a Swablu that she was supposed to get in the Swablu episode
Yes.
and evolve it into an Altaria because I feel like she would have excelled with that.
Mhm.
Like it would have been a good flying companion for Beautifly.
Yes.
But then now adding on to it was great to see her Wartortle evolve from a Squirtle, but I think it should have evolved into a Wartortle sooner. And it should have been a Blastoise whenever she came back, because
Mhm.
I feel like it would have been just really cool to see her like learn how to use Wartortle whenever she was in Kanto and then just show her how to use like her using a Blastoise. Like she learned how to use Blaziken in Venusaur.
Mhm.
Like strong starter types. And then I love her Skitty so much. It's adorable. Skitty is one of my favorite normal types.
Mhm.
But also I would have evolved her Skitty into Delcatty
Mhm.
because I feel like after it fully mastered Blizzard, that's when it could have evolved. Like how when she was learning Blizzard from Dr. Abby's Delcatty,
Mhm.
Dr. Abby could have been like, hey, much like my mentor gave me a moonstone for my skitty for whenever he wanted to evolve, I'm going to give you a moonstone. And when your skitty wants to evolve, she can.
Yeah.
So I felt like that would have just been like a nice moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Skitty fully evolved, either rifling through May's bag because she's mischievous and finding the moonstone and evolving there, or just being like, hey, I'm ready. Let's be a Delcatty.
But what if she was never ready?
Then she could stay a Skitty. But that's like how Ash had the Thunderstone for a while, and if Pikachu ever changed his mind and wanted to evolve, he could have.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
the good thing. That's I feel like how you write well for stone induced evolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like with Brock's Ludicolo, it rifled through some random woman's bag and found a water stone.
Yeah, Ludicolo.
But with the other stone induced evolutions, which weren't many, like Brock's Vulpix, Ash's Pikachu, and May's Skitty, that I feel like would have been a good way to write things.
Yeah.
So, who is your May team?
So I will agree. Uh, Please correct me if I'm wrong. May did contests.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I have another out of pocket pick. Um,
Okay, I'm ready.
I like the Blaziken. I like Beautifly. I like Venusaur. Skitty's gonna stay a Skitty. Because,
Okay.
like, for you, Munchlax stays a Munchlax. Skitty's just gonna stay a Skitty. In my humble Pokemon opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, and I know it's a legendary or a mythic. I really liked the bond May had with Manaphy. It reminded me of
True.
Togepi and Misty
Hmm.
with Baby and Mama.
And I think that's what they were trying to capitalize on in the movie.
Exactly. And I really like that. I really like it, and I wish that they could have traveled more together.
Yeah.
But as we know, that doesn't always happen. Did I say Venusaur already?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
In the movie the movies kind of differ from actual like show canon.
Yeah, I know. But I liked their dynamic.
Yeah.
I thought I liked that movie a lot, so that's why I
It was a really good movie.
yes. This is an out of pocket pick because
Another
I
one.
think yes, I think it's an underrated Pokemon, and I feel like you could do a lot with its locks. Tangrowth.
Getting a Tangela along with her Bulbasaur.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
then just
Tangela
evolving
gets
it in Sinnoh.
yeah. I feel like Tangela and Tangrowth don't get enough credit, and I feel like you could just do so much with their vines that it's
Yeah.
untapped potential for a like with bows to curl it, to straighten it, and do some cool shit with it, stuff with it. It's okay. You can say at least one swear word in a YouTube video. Uh, but yeah, I feel like it's untapped potential, and because they have the little shoes,
Hmm.
put shoes on the shoes, put some rings on those hands, put a crown on it. I just feel like it's untapped potential. Did I say that because I'm staring at my sitting cuties of both Tangrowth and Tangela right here? No.
I would have thought you said yes.
Well, do you believe me?
I'm not sure.
Good. Anyway, but yeah, that's my May team,
Okay.
and I feel like Tangrowth it could be just a goofy Pokemon to have that May can
Yeah.
deal with.
Yeah. Because May didn't really have a Pokemon she struggled with.
No, but Tangrowth
She,
and Tangela could be that. They could be
yeah,
sensitive and
Yeah, because she only really like the only thing she really struggled with was getting Skitty to properly learn Blizzard.
Hmm.
None of her Pokemon really disobeyed her, like Ash's Charizard or Dawn's Mamoswine or Iris's.
Vulpix,
Vulpix
Brock.
never. Vulpix always obeyed Brock.
Not in the beginning. Not in the way beginning.
True.
That's more what I was referencing.
Yeah, like before she became his.
Yeah. I guess you
But
could say Krogunk, kind of.
Krogunk kind of, but Krogunk was just trying to stop him from being
A creep?
a creep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, let us know down below who you would give to both Tracy and May.
Yeah.
When we come back, it is time for everyone's favorite portion, the silly little question.
We're getting silly with it.
Exactly. It is time for everyone's favorite portion, the silly little question. So, today's silly little question, instead of making someone fight, we're going to be eating some Pokemon.
Sure.
And the Pokemon we are going to be eating are shellfish. We're going to say which crab Pokemon tastes the best.
But I will say, this question was thought of by D because I'm technically allergic to shellfish. So it was
I
a
tried to
little
change the
shady.
question. I tried to change the
I've
question,
had
and you said no, we're good.
I've had crab before. I'm not offended. I'm just saying it's a little shady. That's all. That's all.
So let's start with your answer.
Um I
Or do we need to name the crab Pokemon we're choosing from?
no, cuz it should be easy. They got
Yeah.
claws. Uh I am going to say a line of Pokemon rather than just one.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say Crabrawler and Crabominable because tell me they aren't because they're fighting all the time, so they got to be strong. So they got that muscle, so they got a lot of meat on them.
Hmm.
And also,
Yeah.
could it be because I hate how they look? Yes, and I want to beat them, destroy them, and eat them because I don't like them that much.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to enjoy them.
I can't enjoy them anyway because I can't eat them.
You can't enjoy them because you can't eat them, but still, like, I'm not choosing them because I feel like because I fancy myself an amateur chef, home chef as if you will. But I know when something is too tough, it's because the animal itself is overworked. So Crabrawler and Crabominable work themselves too much, so I think their meat would be too tough or too gamey. It's
Mm-hmm.
why we don't eat certain like cattle or other animals because it would just be too tough.
I guess so, but you
So
see, I feel like they're like some of the biggest crab
yeah,
Pokemon, and like we see king crabs all the time. That's also where I got my thinky thought from.
I'm gonna say the Kingler line, Krabby and Kingler,
Mm-hmm.
because they look like a stereotypical like
Like you could just
crab that you
dip
would
them in
get
butter.
at yeah, dip them in melted butter and eat it. Because I'm not saying the Crawdaunt line because I feel like again too gamey and I just feel like they wouldn't have a good crawfish like core fish. I think would be good because
Mm,
crawdads, as we call them in the South.
I almost
And
said
then
corefish too.
same with Clauncher and Clowitzer. I would think more of a crawdad situation.
Sorry, I'm rubbing this sore part on my head.
Oh no. And then Cloth, I think, is just again too gamey, and I don't think a rock type would taste that great.
Either would Crustle, Dweeble,
Either would
just
Crustle or
eating a
Dwebble.
whole rock.
Yeah.
Not fair.
So let us know down below who you would choose. I chose the Kingler line. Tay chose the Crabominable line.
Sure did.
Which crab Pokemon would you want to eat?
I wish I could eat any of them.
When we come back, we're going to do a quick wrap up.
Sure are.
Well, that has been our episode. We hope that you have enjoyed this. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a friend. We really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to follow us on socials. We are at Chew News One on Twitter, and I am at DBradyEW21. Tay.
Tay7.
And so before we go, quick wrap up on things. Mewtwo raids start this week, as well as we are anticipating the Paldean starters in Pokemon Go. Tay, what about some merch?
Merch wise, I would say look out for the Halloween merch that's going to be coming out pretty soon. And I would also say the Mimikyu bundle is not sold out yet, so if you're looking to get that Mimikyu Build-A-Bear, I would get it soon.
And also, by the time this episode goes up, we will have had our first Pokemon Sleep event. So keep an eye out for that. That's August 30th. And we will talk about more of that next week. So until then, remember when you choose your news, choose
Chew News.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.